Hello, 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 beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Today is our weekly live Q&A. My name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. If you are new to this page, I offer advice in order to support folks as they date and as they get into relationships, and I do that professionally. However, what I'd like to do as well is offer to the community an opportunity to ask questions for free here every Wednesday. Normally, my live is at 5 p.m. Eastern. However, today I have some guests who are coming over, and so this is why I had to push the live up to 4 p.m. Eastern, but as usual, it will be saved. So if you are not in a position to watch right now, you can always watch later. I'd like to thank those who are joining the live. If you are new, please let us know your name, who you are, and where you are from. Thank you, Bree, for joining the live. Anita Davis, Lex in the City, thank you for joining. Gigi Lovely, Touche, how are you? Oh, Touche, that's cute. Ty Johnson, thank you for joining. Hi, Carissa, how are you? Everyone else who's joining, I appreciate you. If you think that this is valuable, so you may have to listen for a little bit, but if you think this is valuable, please go ahead and share this. Share this with someone who you think could benefit, okay? All right, so how does the live Q&A work? For those who are new, the live Q&A works like this. Every Tuesday, I post in my stories the same green story. Welcome, Jackie from Brooklyn. The same green story. Then there's an opportunity. There's a box that's right there for you to drop your questions. I do not take questions live on the live because I need to be able to manage my time and I need to be organized. So that is how one asks questions, by putting it in the story. I always put it 24 hours in advance so folks have more than enough time. And if you checked out the pinned comment at the bottom, if you text the word align to 888-900-5447, 888 at the bottom, 900-5447. I will always text you when I'm about to go live, and that'll be your last opportunity to ask questions. If you're asking questions now on the live, I will not answer them, okay? It's the teacher in me. I have to stay organized. This is how I find your stuff. Do not DM me, because this is how I find your stuff. So what I do is, if you're not familiar with Instagram, I slide up, the questions are there. I don't want to show it too long. And then you can, I can answer the questions that way. Yes, please follow me on YouTube, Align with Alison. I'm almost at 1,000 followers. I'm at like 991. So go ahead, check me out on YouTube, okay? What did you miss, Shanika? Let me know what you missed. 24 hours every week for free. If you cannot wait until next Wednesday, you can click the link in my bio and you can book an alignment call. That's a single session, 30 minutes or an hour, and we could talk all about you and all about your concerns. You normally don't need more than 30 minutes, I'll be honest with you, okay? All right. So, first question of the week. Single and never dated more than one person at a time. Single and never dated more than one person at a time. Tips, please, how to date multiple. So I saw this question come in, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to answer it. I really don't, because you just do, right? So if you are in communication with someone, you're getting to know someone, you're having a conversation with them, you're going out on dates, you're not mutually exclusive to them, you continue to socialize, you continue to go out with a friend, you continue to be on that dating app, and when there's someone else who piques your interest, you communicate with them, you go on a date with them, you get to know them. So I'm not trying to be smart. Like, I really don't have an answer, because it's hard for me to understand. Just like you started dating, not your man, not your woman, not your fiance, not your husband, not your wife, just like you began to date one until that person becomes your man, becomes your woman, becomes your fiance, becomes your wife, becomes your husband, you date another one. Now, if you're talking about managing your time, then you have to decide what you can and cannot do. So if you know that you only have time to go out twice a week, then that means that one person gets one day and the other person gets another day. Like, you have to decide how you're going to manage your time. But pretending as though time is the issue, we're not going to get away with that on this Good Wednesday. Like, it's not an issue of time. It's an issue of comfort. It's an issue of not wanting to put the effort forward to get to know more than one person. He's decent, so I'll stick with him. She's decent, so I'll stick with her. And then when that person doesn't pan out in the way that you see fit, it's, oh, he wasted my time. No, you wasted your time, because who in their right mind would go into any store to shop and pick up the first item they see, walk into the register and purchase it, right? Like, nah, I'm gonna need to try on a couple of different pairs. Side note, I don't even walk into a store, but you get the point, right? Like, when I go to the fruit section, I'm going to squeeze a couple of different fruits and I'm going to see which one seems like it's the juiciest before I make my purchase. So I say all that to say, just like you have met one, converse with one, go out with one. Yes, I'm starting with you today, ma'am. Yes. Just like you did it with one, you do it with two. And if you have the time, you do it with three. And by do it, I mean the process. Who you choose to do is your business, because you're grown, okay? As a grown woman says, you're necessarily not sleeping with them, okay? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because when you drop that basket, then you're going to be mad. It's not hard. You choose to make it hard, Kiba. You choose to make it hard. It's not hard. You do multiple things all the time. You do multiple things all the time. You have multiple friends. Do y'all come in here and tell me, Alison, how do I manage more than one friendship? No one has ever said, Alison, I have one friend and I have no idea how to maintain another friendship. Absolutely not. The only slight difference is that usually you go out as a group. Can't do that, right? But I have JoJo, and I talk to her at 3 o'clock every day. I have Paris. I talk to her at 10 o'clock every day. Wow, look at that. Managing my friends. Then I have group chats. I have a group chat I call my carnival crew. That's on WhatsApp. And then I have my cheerleading group chat. That's for my people from college. Like, come on. Please, please, please don't do this to me today. Okay? Okay. This one. Someone says, is going with the flow a waste of time? Or does it depend on the person and their intentions? Is going with the flow a waste of time? Or does it depend on the person and their intentions? So look here. If a person tells you that they want to go with the flow, then they already told you their intentions. Their intentions are to go with the flow. They have no desire either with you or with anyone, right? They have no desire to be in a committed relationship anytime soon. They're going with the flow. I absolutely highly recommend that if someone is kind enough to you, I need you guys to change your frame of mind. If someone is kind enough to you to tell you that I'm not interested in commitment, I'm not looking for a girlfriend, I'm not looking for a boyfriend, I just want to go with the flow. If they're kind enough to tell you that, you are going to take that information, you are going to thank them for their honesty, and then you're going to run the other way. Going with the flow will flow you nowhere. You are flowing into nothingness. That's where you're going. Okay? Now, if you're okay with that, right? Like perhaps you're fresh out of a relationship. You don't have a desire to get serious right now. Perhaps you have some other goals that you're trying to attain. Then go ahead. But please understand that that person may never get serious. And so if you're dating them and if you're seeing them, and she just joined the live, you're right on time. If you're dating them and if you're seeing them and you're under the impression that perhaps they'll change their mind later, do not do that. Do not do that. Perhaps they may not. However, they owe you nothing because they were kind enough to tell you, hey, I'm just looking to go with the flow. The flow may lead nowhere and you have chosen or not to accept it. That's your business. We do not go with flows. And it's just unreasonable. And I've seen other dating and relationship coaches, especially men who usually advise women to allow this flow. Let me tell you something. It's very easy. And you guys know I don't try to be divisive. I'm not a divisive person. I give it to the men, pause, just like I give it to the women, pause, right? However, it's very easy for men to say to go with the flow and expect women to go with the flow when they don't have the pressures or the biological limitations that we do. Right? Yes, I can. If I could have babies at 75, then sure. Why would I be pressed? But if I want to have children, and it's important to me that I have children with someone I'm committed with, or it's important to me that I have children with someone that I'm in wedlock with, then guess what? As a woman, I don't have the option. It's easy to say go with the flow when society doesn't pressure you and look upon you that something's wrong with you when you're single, or something's wrong with you that you ain't married yet, nobody knocked you up yet. Very easy to say. So I do not accept the rhetoric of go with the flow. You can kiss my ass, but what I will say is I am thankful. Change the frame of mind. I am thankful that this person was honest with me. They told me that they did not have an intention to be in a committed relationship with me or anyone else. Don't know, don't care, right? And so as a result, goodbye, sir. But thank you. Okay? If anyone says that they want to go with the flow, they're wasting your time. If you want to commit a relationship, if you want fun, have fun. Pure fun, only fun, no commitment. Okay? Next question is, oh, this person's so sweet. Is this from this week? I feel like I saw these questions already. Okay. How did you meet your husband? I'll make this one fast, and I'm sure you guys do not care. So I met my husband actually downtown Brooklyn. We were both 18 years old. He was working at the Starbucks that's on Atlantic Terminal, and I was working at Mrs. Fields, which no longer exists, as a cookie shop. So that's how we met and started dating. However, he went to college across the country. I went to college. I stayed here in New York because my mother was not letting me go nowhere. And so we both decided that we were going to separate. There was no beef. There was no drama. He went his way. I went my way. We were young. We were kids. No big deal, right? And then from there, we actually reconnected on Facebook. And this was when it was the Facebook, when you needed to have a college email address in order to be on Facebook. So we reconnected on Facebook, and I don't know if it was DMs or private message or whatever it is, but the internet is what allowed us to reconnect. So this idea that if you're using the internet and online dating is BS, first of all, everything that's online is online dating. LinkedIn is online dating if you choose to use it that way. Plenty of people meet on Instagram. Plenty of people meet on Facebook. So that is how we reconnected, through Facebook, online. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? That's sarcasm if you haven't picked it up. All right? Got a lot of internets. My ex broke up with me 2 years ago, but I still love him. Should I tell him? No. Why? No. Why? Did he not know that you loved him before when he broke up with you? I'm sure he was confident in the way that you felt 2 years ago. And for whatever reason, I don't know if you did it to yourself. I don't know if he just was disinterested. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. However, for some reason, your love for him was not enough. And it may not be enough. I'm not judging him. I'm not judging you. However, telling him 2 years later is going to do what for you? Thank you, Kiba. I need you to click the link in my bio. I need you to download the free ebook, Move On Sis. I need you to follow those steps. I need you to then click the link in my bio and check out the free training. That's an hour and a half from breakup to boot up on how to move on. It's reiterated in audio again, right? And that's how you are going to move on from this, because telling him is going to do what? He didn't know 2 years ago? If he didn't know 2 years ago, then maybe that was the issue. There was a lack of emotionality. Okay. But if he knew 2 years ago, what is the difference? What is the difference? The answer is no. Okay? Okay. Tiff, I see you trying to get me in trouble, and I'm going to skip that question because I don't want no beef. Okay? Interesting. I've never heard this question before in my life. We have 25 minutes together, so let me reset the room. Welcome everyone who's joining. My name is Alison. I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles in order to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. I do these weekly live Q&As so I can give back to the community, so I can answer your questions for absolutely free. All you have to do is submit your question in my stories. I put this up, same green story every single week with a little question box for you to drop your question there in advance, okay? And that's how I'm able to answer. I do not answer questions that are dropped in the queue after I've already started the live. It's a way that I can remain organized, okay? Love y'all. Now, where was I? I've never heard this question before in my life. As a lesbian, I don't know how to approach a woman or accept a compliment. Any advice? The reason why I'm shocked is because, and forgive if I'm ignorant in this, please forgive, is that I would imagine that as a lesbian, meaning you're a woman who is sexually attracted to other women, that you would know exactly how to approach women because you are one. Like that's a part of the allure of lesbianism, is that women tend to have a better understanding of each other than men and women have with each other. Does that make sense? Right? So you would approach them the same exact way that you would want to be approached. I would imagine it to be something as simple as, hello, how are you? And then based on the circumstances at hand, you then engage in conversation from there. So I'm going to answer this question, not lesbian, gay, or straight. I'm going to just answer it the way that I would answer it. And I actually just did a reel on this on my page about how you engage in conversation with a stranger. So if you are meeting someone on a dating app, the way that you would do it is you go to their page, you look at their photos, you find something of value from a photo. They went on a vacation, they went whitewater rafting, they did something interesting, I don't know, right? And you engage from there. So, hi Angela, I hope all is well. I saw that you just went whitewater rafting through, I don't know, North Dakota. That seems so cool. Tell me more. Like, so you take information that they provided and then you then engage in conversation. If you're meeting somebody in person for the first time, then it's a similar approach. So if I'm meeting somebody for the first time at a bar, at a sports event, at a whatever, I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to talk about why we're here. Oh, you're here at this pop-up shop. That's so cool. What do you sell? Who invited you? You know, whatever. Like, oh, you're here at the game. I see that you're wearing a Knicks jersey. Boo, right? We laugh. Then we talk about the game and then we engage in convo. So I don't think that this has anything to do with as a lesbian, as a gay person, as a straight person. It's engaging in conversation. Now, I did see someone say that perhaps it's a self-esteem issue. So if you are having a self-esteem issue, then I would highly recommend getting some therapy sessions in. You should do a deep dive with a licensed therapist to talk about why you may feel that way. What are the roots behind the issue at hand and try to resolve those things, because low confidence, and it's something that's resolvable. We don't have to be afraid to go to therapy. There's no shame. I go and get help everywhere that I go for everything. There's hardly something that I do that's DIY. Hardly. I don't do my own hair. I don't do my own nails. I don't do my own lashes. I don't make my own clothes. Nobody does these days, right? I go and buy it. If something is broken, if my husband can't fix it, then we pay somebody to go fix it, right? Like there's nothing. If I need to lose weight, I'm gonna hire a physical trainer. There's nothing that I do, for the most part, that I don't pay somebody else to help me with. So this idea of if you're struggling with something emotionally, right? It's the same. I'm not going to go fix my own car. I'm not going to fix my own computer. I'm going to hire someone who's trained to do so. So there is absolutely no shame in reaching out to a therapist, doing your research, going on their page, checking out their free trainings, their freebies, their YouTube, their podcast, their whatever. See if they are in alignment. I'm a big fan of cultural alignment as well, because I feel like people who are similar to you are going to have a better understanding of your experience. Right? Doesn't have to be, but that's what I prefer. And invest in yourself. Y'all think that y'all paying us. Like, you're not investing in me. Right? And if you're watching, and if you're single, and if you're looking for a committed relationship, you're looking for marriage, you're looking to build a family, you're building to build a legacy, and that's why you follow me, so you can get some inspiration, you can get some insight, you can get some talking points. You're not paying me. You are investing in yourself, so that you can get the results that you desire, because you believe that I'm a person that's going to help you get there. This idea of, I got to pay for, yes. Because there's no conversation about paying for somebody to fix your car, right? So why is there a struggle with paying someone to fix your love life? Is it because you believe that you're the only person who's equipped to do it? No disrespect, but clearly not. Because you're 30, you're 35, you're 40, you're 45, and you're in the same position you were in 10, 15 years ago. So clearly you don't have the answer, which is no shame in that. I don't have the answer either for certain things. That's why I pay people, right? So we have to change our mindset around why is this so expensive or why should I have to pay for help? Because you haven't figured it out on your own yet. That's why. And if you did, then maybe you're just here for entertainment purposes, which is cool, right? Like, that's super cool. But if you're not, at some point you have to make a decision around how much are you going to continue to DIY? You're going to DIY till you die? And it ain't got to be me. There's plenty of coaches, plenty of counselors, plenty of therapists, if therapist is the level of support that you need in order to help you get the results. It ain't got to be me, but how much longer are you going to piecemeal your results and then be upset when you don't get what you want? Then it's everybody else. Then it's him, it's them, it's men. It's always men. Has nothing to do with maybe your poor choices in them. Has nothing to do with the fact that you haven't built discernment. Maybe you need to hire someone to help you make better choices. Maybe you need to hire someone to help you build discernment. Maybe that's the missing piece here. Okay? Okay. All right. Sorry. Kind of went off. All right, beautiful people. Let's keep going because I got 18 minutes. Okay. Someone just asked, perfect timing, finding the same man in a different package. Mama issues with trauma. Doing my work. So why? Maybe you're not doing the work with the right person. And again, I'm not saying that you didn't choose the right person because you didn't choose me. But I will tell you that my good friend and therapist, I am Taylor Chandler, says that if you're going to a therapist, you're going to a professional, and you're not seeing the results that you expect to see in a fair time frame, you don't feel the growth, then it's not that maybe that professional isn't good. That professional may not be a good fit for you. So when you said you're doing your work, where did you get the work from? Did you get the work from a free training? Did you get the work from a free ebook? Did you get the work from a podcast? Free. Did you get the work from a YouTube? Free. Did you get it from a professional? Did you vet the professional? Does it seem like even after you vetted the professional, you started with the professional, it just doesn't seem to be working? Right? Like, come on. So when we say we're doing the work, where'd you get the work from? Right? Let me explain this in a way that may make more sense to folks. You know, I come from an education background. You have a kid. This kid is in 5th grade, right? And they keep failing. And they say, you know, mommy, I'm doing my work. Is the work done well? Is it done thoroughly? Has anybody checked the work, looked to see if you were making any mistakes, went back and retaught you how to do the work so that it's done thoroughly and properly? You're meeting the same people in a different package with mama issues and trauma. You're doing the work. I need to see the work. Where'd you get the work from? Who's checking the work? Right? Like, it's not just things that we kind of piecemeal together. I got books. Look. Empowering affirmations for Black women. I have a manifestation journal. I have self-care workbook for Black women. Who's checking the work? How do I know that I'm doing the work properly? How do I know that the affirmations are written well and thoroughly? Who's holding me accountable to make sure that I'm saying these affirmations every day, right? So I just need a little bit more. I just need a little bit more information. So sorry, couldn't answer it the way that perhaps you were looking, all right? Still crave my ex sexually. Haven't talked or seen him in a month. Constantly praying to stay strong. You're horny. So figure out how to rub one out. Block him on everything. He's your ex for a reason. Goodbye. Should I forego taking a good job in a new city to pursue a promising relationship? Should I forego taking a good job in a new city to pursue a promising relationship? So, let me tell you guys, before you're judgmental, you jump out the window and you say, no, sis, you better go get your job and stop playing and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you, this is a man. This is a man. And this man is willing to potentially put his good job in a new city on hold for a woman. Because we love to say that men ain't ish and men are trash and blah, blah, blah. And they would never do for us what we would do for them and blah, blah, blah. Okay? This is a man. So this is what I would say. I would have a very direct, clear conversation with this person. I would lay all of my cards on the table. 100% all of my cards on the table. And I would say, look, woman. I would say, look, I'm really into you. I feel like we're building a healthy, stable relationship. You know that I got the job offer in Houston. You know I got the job offer in LA. You know I got the job offer in blank. However, I don't want to complicate our relationship. I don't want to create a long distance relationship if we don't have to. At the same time, I don't want to give up this opportunity if you are not serious about us committing and building the goals that I have outlined. And hopefully you've already told her what your intentions are, where you see yourself in a couple of years, marriage, children, potentially or not, whatever. Float your boat, houses, property, investments, blah, blah, blah. This is what I see with you. I have this opportunity, but if you're not on the same page as me, then please let me know. Please don't hold me back because this is a great opportunity. Are we on the same page or not? Right? Now, hopefully this person is honest. Hopefully you've vetted them, that you know that they're not the type of person who is going to purposefully hold you back from this opportunity, knowing they don't have good intentions for you. What I will say is, worst case scenario, I do believe what's meant for you is for you. And so if this opportunity you chose to give up for this potential mate or this girlfriend or whoever, and it didn't work out, I really do believe that another opportunity that's even bigger and better would arrive. That's my belief in life. I just believe what's for you is going to happen once you put in the work. Emphasis on, because some of y'all going to take that and run with it and say, Alison said what's for me is for me, so I ain't got to do no work. Once you put in the work. Because y'all know my favorite. Faith without works is dead. So if I were you, I would have a very straightforward conversation, lay all the cards out on the table, ask her what her intentions are. And just like I tell the ladies, if it's not an emphatic yes, the answer is no. If it's a maybe, the answer is no. If it's a I need time, the answer is no. If it's I'll see, the answer is no. If it's anything other than, babe, I absolutely see a future with us. I'm so glad that you that you gave me the opportunity to have insight on this conversation. I want us to be committed. I see us having a family. I see us being together. I see marriage, whatever y'all want out of your life, right? I don't presume anybody wants anything necessarily. I see the investments. I see the family business. Whatever your vision is, I'm with you. I see it. Then we good. Anything other than a thirsty yes is no. Take that job. Okay? All right, beautiful people. We got 10 minutes together. How long between date number 1 and date number 2? How long should it be between date number 1 and date number 2? If this person lives in your city and doesn't have an outrageous work schedule, a week or 2 weeks max. Anything more than 2 weeks is ridiculous. Y'all live in the same city and they're not truckers. They don't drive across country. They're not astronauts who are out on a mission for the next 18 months. Excuse me, right? What, you need more than 2 weeks? What you do? Unless you're going on a trip, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless it's a good reason. Hey, I can't go out next week because I have my brother's wedding. Hey, I can't go out next week because, right? Other than that, what we need more than 2 weeks? You need more than 2 weeks for what? That's how much time between date 1 and date 2, okay? We've been dating for 3 months. Now he needs time to figure himself out, what to do, give him the time, and go see somebody else. Now, you said we've been dating for 3 months. Do you mean exclusively dating? Meaning that you're not seeing anyone else, he's not seeing anyone else, and that's what you've established? Or when you say dating, you mean you should be if you're not already seeing other people at the same time? Because we're dating, we're getting to know, we're gathering data. If we're talking about dating, meaning you've listened to me and you're seeing other people, actually the answer is the same, but if you're seeing other people, you let him go, let him figure himself out, and you continue to date and this is why I tell you how to date more than one person, 3 months. Continue to date, you good. If you mean that he is your man, your boyfriend, you give him the time that he needs to figure himself out. You start dating other people. And me, I need to know what's going on. Did he lose a parent? Like, what does this figure out thing mean exactly? I'm not really confident about what this I need to figure myself out thing. If I'm your woman, we're supposed to figure out our problems together, right? So what do you need to figure out? What is so imperative that you can't date me, you can't see me, you can't spend quality time with me and figure out your problem? Is it a mental health issue? Like, is it legitimate? Then we can have a conversation. But if it's, I'm 35, I don't know what I want out of my life kind of thing, which is usually bullshit, and the bullshit excuses that they give you, sorry for using poor language, y'all. Yeah, you need to keep it moving. If it's super legitimate, the loss of a parent, documented mental health issues, give the man some space and you can reconsider. If it's not legitimate, goodbye, sir, forever. Whether or not you're just dating or you're my man. But guess what? When you're in a partnership with someone, you're supposed to work out your problems together. So this whole, like, usually it's, I need to find myself. I don't know what I want out of life. I feel lost, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm lost with you. We gonna figure out a path for you together. That's BS. Okay? Okay. All right, we got 7 minutes. Briefly talked to someone I matched with and they haven't responded in a few days. Unmatch. Okay, so this is why I tell y'all that once you match with someone in a dating app, you want to find a way to transition to a phone ASAP. Because people many times don't tend to check their dating apps every day. It's not like your text messages. It's not like your Instagram, or your Facebook, or your TikTok, or whatever apps are your favorite apps. People will go on once a week. It's very casual and they're not pressed. So just because someone hasn't responded to you in a few days, it doesn't mean that they're disinterested in you. Many times it's because they may have just legitimately not checked their profile. This is why before we get into that problem, I need you guys to be transitioning to a phone call or to phone. It could be text message, but an actual phone number ASAP. That way, when they don't respond to your text, you know it's because they're disinterested. If they don't respond to a phone call, you know it's because they're disinterested. So that's the first thing. That can solve this problem altogether. You ain't got to worry. Like, you ain't seen my text message for 2 days. Like, come on, you lying. Like, right? A dating app, that could be the truth. But now we're in the particular problem that we have, which is she's asking, briefly talk to someone I was matched with, and then they haven't responded in a few days. Should she unmatch? Give it a few more days and unmatch. Only because I don't know whether or not that gentleman even checked the app. Next time and every time, transition to the phone. Oh, you're a police officer? That must be so exciting. I would love to hear more about your work. Here is my phone number. I'm usually home by 7. You're a kindergarten teacher. Wow, that must be stressful. I hope you don't go home with headaches every day. After you get some rest, give me a call. I'd love to hear about your day. Oh my God, assistant principal running a whole school. I know that the state exams were just this week. In New York. Just this week, I wonder how that was for you. Give me a call when you reach. Here's my number. Transition to the phone. That way, when they BS you, you know they're really BSing you versus we don't even know the truth. Okay? Okay. Quick commercial break. Thank you, King Brunson, for the badge. A grown woman. Jappa Black and Cutie. Oh, that's cute. That's a cute name. Cutie. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate the support. All right? Now, I have one more question. I'm going to take one more. Okay, this is a good one. Dating multiple people, how do I figure out who's the best match? All right, so the quick answer, just so I can make sure that I get through this in the next 4 minutes, is that you are going to click the link in my bio. You are going to register for the free training, The Partner You Deserve. And and or Dating 101. And that is going to tell you specifically and in detail and not in 3 minutes how you vet people to see if they're an appropriate match for you. All right, so that's the quick answer. The quick answer that will get you a long answer. The quick question, can someone explain to Namaste Bree how we get to the questions? The quick 3-minute answer is going to be, this is how you do it. Before you even start dating, before you're on a dating app, which is a little too late for you, before you're going out socially, what you're going to do is that you are going to have a list of your non-negotiables. What are the behaviors and traits of a person that they must have in order for you to be interested in them? What do you want from them, right? They have to be, some of them for me was, you have to be hardworking, you have to be affectionate, you have to be family oriented. You choose what's important to you based on your own values, your own culture, your own experiences. So you come with your list. I tell people don't do more than 6. Don't do more than 6, right? You don't want to be impractical. And of course, people are going to have more than what you ask for. So anywho, you come with your list of your non-negotiables. Then as you continue to date, because dating is data, you're collecting information, right? You are going to collect this data through asking questions, through being observant, and you're going to begin to check off whether or not someone is meeting those things. So when I was dating my husband, Andrew, and I'm looking for someone who's family oriented, every Sunday he has dinner with his mother and his sister. Every Sunday. Family oriented. He's always there every Sunday. All right. So now I'm getting family oriented. Affectionate, right? That's going to tell with time. You kiss me up, you love me up, you hug me up, you squeeze my butt. Like that's important to me. Hardworking. Do you get up? Do you go to work every day? Do you do the best job that you can? Are you getting promotions? Do you have a desire to do more? Right? So you are going to observe through behavior. You're going to observe through asking questions based on your non-negotiables, whether or not someone is an appropriate match for you. Does that make sense? Okay. That's how you tell. So now you're dating a few people. You're going to have your list and you're going to check off who completes the list. And then when it's time for you to decide, right? Like it's been maybe a couple of months, or maybe someone out of the list is pressuring you, like they want to know what the next steps are. Then you're going to decide whether or not that of one of the people are going to be the person that you see moving forward. All right. All right, beautiful people. I do have to run. This live is going to be saved. Have no fear. Thank you for those who have purchased badges. I appreciate you. But more important than the badge, and I say this every week, please go ahead and share my content with anyone who you think can benefit. Any of the reels, any of the quotes, any of the lives. I just share with people who you think can win from it because they need some guidance and they need some support. Go ahead and click the link in my bio if you need more supports. I have free trainings, free ebooks. I have paid masterclasses, paid one-on-one sessions, 30 minutes or an hour, and then my full-length coaching programs like The Partner You Deserve. I have my next group that's starting next Saturday. Really excited about that. So do not waste time. Invest in yourself and invest in your future. Again, the live will be saved. Have a good evening.